I'm gonna get it right one day. Hey, remember how many times you used to do the messages for your voicemail? It goes something like this. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for locking into another episode of I'll Piss You Off Shortly. This is the podcast where we debate everyday issues, pushing your thought process beyond what's normal. The topics discussed here are meant to be intense, promote growth, and at times may have you feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Me too, a little bit. We may not always agree, and we will more than likely have varied opinions. But with that being said, I can't promise to be your favorite podcaster. Neither do I want to. But I can promise to be transparent, fair, and open-minded. So please, if you think you've got the stamina, passion to debate, analyze, and challenge the normal, please take a number. I promise you, I'll piss you off shortly. Hey, mama, I got a podcast. Hey, I got a podcast. Hey, I got a podcast. That's still my favorite.
It is awesome.
Whenever I redo the intro, I gotta keep that, I guess.
Yeah.
I gotta redo
I
like
hope
a
so.
version 2. Like, I don't know.
I hope you
part.
would. That's always been my.
Okay, it's got a podcast. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? I don't know why I just fucking clapped in the mic. I am so sorry. But what's good, everybody? Welcome to I'll Piss You Off Shortly. It's your boy Rob Benjamin here with my favorite co-host. Secondary, not even secondary host. I hate co-host.
I'm glad I'm your favorite.
Yeah, because it's so easy to say you're my favorite because you're my only side.
Yeah.
You know, my
I'm
only
with you.
host. You know, so yeah. Anyways, Rob Benjamin, Joe Aguirre, how's everybody doing? How are you doing, Joe? As always,
I'm fantastic. What a great week I had. I actually got paid a very lovely compliment
there you
this
go.
week. And I will. Yeah, I did. I got a nice compliment.
It's always good to get a good compliment.
I'm excited. Should I tell the story now?
Sure, why
So
not? Go ahead. Let's start it off.
Gonna kind of go highs and lows, and then
we'll go highs and lows.
Sitting there,
highs and lows.
And I thought I didn't prep. I didn't have a high, and then I thought, what was my high of the week? And I thought about it. I went to the Home Depot the other day. I went to go buy gravel, and to switch out 2 propane tanks. Right now, it's heavy, and it was hot. And I was sweating, and then my hair all tied up and whatever, and I was all scruffed out, looking like a bum. And I walk over to the cash register, and there's a black woman, mid-30s.
Okay.
And she says, "You look like Aquaman."
Oh,
and I
okay,
started laughing.
Okay,
slow
Joe.
down, because my head didn't even go there. I went, "Oh, she's calling me Aquaman." Because I'm white and I'm wet.
Nah, it was the hair bun.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you were wet.
You know what she said to me?
And you're thick.
She said, this is the best part of the compliment. Because I didn't understand. Because there was another guy in line ahead of me. She was waiting on him. And she said that to me. And I thought, Aquaman. And I wiped my brow and I was like, oh, yeah, because I'm sweating. And I step up next and she goes, seriously? She goes, you must get that all the time.
She was hitting on
And
you.
I looked at her and I was like, what?
She wanted
And she's like, yeah, you look like the actor that plays Aquaman. And I was like, oh, damn.
I can see it a little bit. I can see it a little bit.
I liked it.
You know what I'm saying?
I liked it. That worked out pretty well.
There you
so
go.
that was my high of the week. I came home. I told my wife. She's been laughing at me since I told her about it.
Don't be jealous. Tell her don't be jealous.
Hey, you know.
Just call me Aquaman.
Somebody liked it.
Aqua Joe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Aqua Joe, you're killing it because I noticed today when I came by, of course, we go have our little talk and the pool was like pristine.
Yeah.
Aqua Joe. And you did it all yourself. So kudos again to you for that.
Yeah, another big high.
Come
right?
on. I'm telling you, Aqua Joe. Everybody, that's where we're going with Aqua Joe from now on.
I'm afraid that the low of the week hasn't happened yet.
Oh, geez.
Rob's planning to jump 6 feet from about a 10-foot wall into the pool. And he said, and I quote, I got this. And I thought, I don't know. It's a long jump.
I got it. One, I'm pretty sure I got it. 2, I want it now that we've announced it. We have to get it documented because 1, it's either going to be, either way, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing win or an amazing fail.
Yeah.
And I'm on the win side. So yeah, we're gonna have to get the guys to kind of like film it, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
See where.
So we were thinking too, maybe you guys, maybe we could all try the jump together
There we
and we'll
go.
film it.
Are we all? I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, film.
Rob and I can go first, and then Zach and Jacob, you guys could jump second.
I'm with it. I'm a lead by example kind of guy.
Think of that.
I think. Okay, we
They're
got a
nodding
head
along.
nod.
I
Oh, we got a sure. Okay. Oh, I don't know. It's always a sure one that ends up getting the fail.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We got
Look, whoever's dive gets 1 million downloads
There we
is
go.
the winner.
The winner. Winner, you know.
And probably the loser, who's probably got a broken leg from landing on pavement, but whatever.
All waivers must be signed.
Yeah. I hope my insurance agent isn't watching. Don't do that.
No, you can't
Don't.
do that. Oh man. So okay, so we'll go with, since you went with your high. My high is I was able to get my motorcycle out today. Well, not today, but I got my motorcycle back from out of the shop. So it's been out of service for like a good, what are we in, July now?
Yeah.
July add 2, so 9 months. It's been 9 months without without Ella. For anybody who doesn't know, I have a 2015 Road Glide. Her name's Ella, and she's my baby. And she definitely was not feeling well. I had to replace fuel injectors and a bunch of other fuel things. Apparently, it was a bunch of crud and stuff in there. Anyways, long story short, my low to that though was having to pay that regular retail maintenance bill. I was so used to paying the discounted because I was working for Harley at the time. So when you go and you're like, hey, and everybody's like, yo, Rob, what's up? It's good. Great to see you. And you're like, cool. Tell me the damage. I know you got me. And they're like, sorry, man.
Wow. No friends and family discount.
No friends and family. I paid the whole bill and that thing just hurt.
No rebate.
No rebate. I got some warranties. I got the warranties, and it seems like my warranty doesn't cover shit now. Like, of course, when I worked at Harley, my warranty covered everything. But now it's like,
you don't even get a good warranty.
Don't even get a good warranty. So, anyways, I will say though that they did hook me up, because they always want you to buy something new. But they did hook me up with a good new, good deal for a new bike. But that's gonna have to wait to the borderline. So, and then I'll kind of explain that later. Well, no, I guess I'll explain that later. But yeah, other ventures and endeavors. But yeah. So high was getting my bike, low was paying that bill. So yeah, I think that was it. So outside of that though, this week, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start as far as with my weekly update. 6-year-olds are still assholes. I will say that. Yo, so like, I don't know. Our son, he goes to camp. He goes to the Boys and Girls Club for camp. And I know how he acts at home. So like, I think that he goes out and he's a decent little kid, right?
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's just him or any other 6-year-olds, but does anybody else have the issue where like it just hurts you when you're like, yeah, my kid's a good kid, and then you just hear some news and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, who are you? So bet, here we go. Preface this. Go to pick them up from Boys and Girls Club today. For some odd reason, the kids are getting let out at a different door. I didn't even bother to ask why. I just saw all the parents right there flooding around and kids coming out. Cool. Takes them about 10 minutes just to come outside. All the other kids have like come and gone. All the parents have came and gone and left. So Donnie comes out and the counselor goes, "Oh, that's your son? Yeah, man. He don't listen."
Oh, geez. Thanks.
And I'm like, ow. That kind of like stung. Now, little side story before that, right? So a couple days prior, or like last week or sometime, there was a little situation and he didn't want to get in trouble. So he was like, he didn't want to get in trouble by his parents. So he told the counselors, "Don't tell my parents. They'll beat my ass." So, of course, we got the phone call and greatly thank you to the counselors and of course, the grievance counselors and all that other shit that took the decency to call us throughout the day and make sure that, bunch of phone calls that everything was okay at the house. But, they asked the right questions and come to find out, yeah, we spank him on his butt sometimes when he gets them. They're like perfectly fine. So anyways, needless to say, I don't want to dig into his ass for, or not dig into his ass, like spank him in front of everybody, but I don't want to like chastise him or like figure out what the hell's going on. So I got to play it cool and be like, all right, dude, come on. Yeah, he doesn't listen at home either, right? But I'm just like, bro, why? Right? I'm just like, just why? Just explain to me why. I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming, just why? No explanation in the world. Like he had everything. I shouldn't say he had no explanation, but it was everything but why under the sun. It was like, yeah, so like the other kids, they're being mean to each other, so I just choose not to listen. What does that have to do with anything, dude? Like price of tea in China.
Yeah.
What?
That's
and I'm
hilarious.
sorry if I just offended anybody by saying that, but like I'm just like, bro, this is
I think they have tea in China.
I need to, yeah, but I gotta save myself sometimes.
Price is constantly fluctuating. You never
but
know what the
you,
price
you say
is
something
exactly.
nowadays which is a whole nother thing. Why like the generation that like wants everybody to be free? When I say Generation Z, they want everybody to have all these freedoms and all this liberties, but they're like the most like not controversial, but like the most judgmental people. It seems like you get canceled for anything, you say anything wrong, you get canceled, but you got to be free and live. I don't know, it's confusing, super confusing.
Yeah.
But
there was a conservative radio host here in Connecticut who used to refer to people, anybody who was from anywhere in Asia, as a Chinaman.
See, they're fucking idiots.
That's bad. Don't do that.
So, but anyway, so if you have a 6-year-old, or if I don't know, just let me know. Let me know if this is something new or something normal. Like, this shit's gonna pass, because I don't know what to do. Like, I'm to the point where I want to go strictly drill sergeant on his ass, but like, I know I will enforce it, but I know like my other half won't really enforce it, and then like his nana won't enforce it.
Yep.
So it's just like it's pointless. It's pointless for me to go full drill sergeant on his ass and like really like discipline him if I say, hey, no TV for a week, and then night 2, oh, he wants to sleep with Nana. No, he doesn't want to sleep with Nana. He just wants to go in Nana's bed because he knows he can watch TV and coerce Nana into turning it to whatever he wants to watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't, that's, what I mean? To me, that's what it is. Like, fuck the bullshit. Any other night, he doesn't want to sleep with Nana, but now he's grounded and all. So, makes no sense for me to go hard on him if day 2 it's going to be like, oh, it's okay, or I'm sick of hearing him whine. Let him whine.
Yeah.
I grew up with nothing. I shouldn't say nothing, but like, I grew up when I got in trouble, I had nothing. Like, nothing.
I had to stand in a corner.
Yeah. Like,
that was not fun.
So I don't know.
Although it also wasn't much of a deterrent. I'll say that.
So
yeah, stand in the corner. Well, I give a shit. Can lean anyway.
And I feel like he's so fucking smart in that sense, because he always has something to say, but then sometimes he's like that kid. He's like, oh, I sit in the corner anyways. I feel like he would be the kid that's like, I'm an only child anyway, so this doesn't bother me. So it's like, what do I gotta get creative.
Just before the show started, Reagan gave me my phone back, my 8-year-old, before she went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And my 5-year-old gave his phone back to his sister Eden. And I couldn't find my phone, I said. Remember that? Just before the show started? I just remembered Elliot walked over and he was like, Reagan had just given me my phone back.
Mm-hmm.
He said, can I take this upstairs? And I said, yeah, of course, buddy.
Sure. She was probably like, you asshole.
I shouldn't have done that. I just thought about it. I forgot that even happened. He's very smooth like that and presumptuous. It's what kids do these days. Smart. They really are. Well, they're very
quick on the feet, man.
They're like, dude, my son's got it figured out that, like, we joke around a lot. And so, like, even sometimes when I get mad, if he's not, he'll be like, I think you're joking. I'm like, oh, no, I'm serious. And he's like, no, you're joking. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not like super mad. And this is kind of funny now.
Yeah.
It kind of.
And that's like, he always feels like everything's funny. So like he gets that little grin and a smirk and you just want to smack it off of him.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's like bad shit is sometimes funny. So I have to like restrain myself from like smiling with him because it's bad, but it's hilarious. I don't know. Fucking kids these days.
True story. When Kaylee was 6 years old, I went to pick her up from school and she had body slammed a boy who caught her in line.
Not mad.
And I guess you're not supposed to do that. So I went into the school and it's funny, I walked up to the door and it was like me and that kid's mom were standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other kids came out first, and I was like, "Oh boy, either your kid beat up mine or mine beat up yours." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you just like we're the last two. Like
Oh, what's
you know, they
going on?
popped out. They were like Joe and whatever the lady's name was. Like can I hang out a minute? It's like, oh geez, all right, well, definitely happened. And they call her in first, and I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
Guessing Kaylee must have done something. And the
Yeah,
kid,
because the victim usually
the
goes
mom, dude, this kid was like as tall as the mom, and she like carried him out in tears.
first. Big old Doyle mother.
And so the teacher came over, and she was like, Kaylee was defending her spot. We wish she hadn't done that. Blah blah blah. Told her she has to write an apology to the other kid. The teacher and I walk in. I walk right over to her, and she looks at me and she goes, "Dad, I was framed."
Yes.
That's exactly
yes
what the teacher and I did. I mean, just lost it. It
Yo,
was absolutely hilarious. I was framed. Oh man,
That is.
I didn't even know what that is.
Oh, like what do you do after that?
You
Like,
laugh, and then we
just-
left. That was it. And we got ice cream after that.
There you
It was
go.
hilarious.
Kudos to her.
The timing on that punchline
was
was
framed.
aces. Let's go get
You
some
went.
scream, kiddo.
Yeah, you got it. You got
Yeah.
it. That's hilarious.
That's what kids do.
See, I'm with that. Now, I'm all for kids having good moments like that and sometimes going crazy. But to go into what the fuck society, right? I'm not for all these sport fans going crazy. What the hell is wrong with baseball fans throwing baseballs at players after?
Slow down now. Don't forget, this started a couple months ago
Please,
with
okay.
the NBA playoffs.
Oh, exactly, and that's where, yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. I
we're,
mean,
we're getting
yeah.
into all that, but
I'm
this one
glad
was
you're
recent,
bringing
yeah.
this up. Yeah, well, so by the way, not that this is any justification because I'm a Yankee fan, but a Red Sox fan did throw a home run ball that Giancarlo Stanton had hit at Fenway as he was routing second. The dude threw the ball from the Green Monster, and it literally hit Stanton. And everybody was like, what a great throw. Nobody cared that he hit a Yankee, but now a Red Sox got hit and everybody loses their mind. And the only reason I'll go along with this for now is because we've seen a lot of this, a lot of people running out of the fields.
Yes.
It's been happening all sports. There was an incident where the German national team, a little bit different. They pulled their team after racial slurs were being hurled.
Yeah.
But here's my thought.
Now, was that the ones that like lost the free kicks or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
All right. So people have been cooped up.
Yep.
And the mindset in America right now, I believe, I might be wrong here, but is if I'm going to spend like $300 for the day, I better end up in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the mindset, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to chop a couple $100. I'm going to go, I'm going to do something. I'm going to be on TV, maybe banned for life from arenas, whatevs, but I'm on TV and I'm in jail.
I was going to say the only time this was benefit is when the guy did it for what was the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And it was a bet that he made.
Yeah.
And he actually like planned it out so he was able to like do with the
yeah.
So that is worth it. To me, I don't see any harm in that. Like when that happened, I said, okay, he didn't harm anybody, he didn't beat anybody out. It was planned. But when you start physically attacking players and verbally assaulting them, that's the issue. And yes, you definitely better be in jail for something like that.
Now the verbal assaults, I don't have an issue with.
Okay, okay. There's a difference.
Okay, no, fair. Listen, in 1997, I was at a Yankees game. I was out in the left field stands. I got to tell you, the fans can be relentless in the cheap seats.
Yes.
Okay. Matt Stairs was the left fielder. He wasn't a good outfielder. He was playing left field at Yankee Stadium for Oakland. And people were screaming about his mom and his wife. I mean, like, just being mean. A fly ball gets hit to Matt Stairs. Look this up if you don't believe me. They're screaming. He gets under the ball and it lands about 25 feet over his head.
Oh, shit.
Not even close.
Oh, they're getting him.
I had never seen anything like that before. I mean, lit, right? Totally got in the guy's head. People are screaming. Is it possible you're looking up? Maybe for a second, you know what I mean? Somebody walks by and you think someone's throwing. I don't know what happened there, but that was all in good fun. It seemed like, although, again, I remember that moment from 1997, not so much because a guy made an error. I see those all the time, but because the fans caused that.
Gotcha.
With their ruthless, I mean, it was bad. And you notice I exclude myself. I didn't. I'll cheer for the Yankees when I'm there. I don't talk about the other team. I don't boo. I don't boo anybody. I don't think you should boo people.
Nah, so okay.
I don't think that's right.
I feel like one, you should definitely
disrespectful.
boo somebody if they suck. At the professional level. Like if you're a professional, I expect a certain caliber of player. from
If
you,
you're
right?
booing a guy that sucks, that legit sucks, fair enough. If you're booing LeBron James because he starts 0 for 7, you're a dick. Oh, God,
but
LeBron's having an off night.
So somebody's
Rip the poster off the wall.
So somebody's a dick for booing somebody for going
that.
0-7, but you can talk about somebody's mom
Yes.
for missing a catch that went 25
Yeah, we were
feet
just
past
having some fun. Nothing personal. We don't know your wife.
But okay, so but that and nothing
Who knew
wrong
it was
with
a sensitive issue with Matt Stairs? Maybe
But
they had some shit going on.
put
I
it
don't
this
know.
way. I'm not against it. I should say I'm not against it, but you should not a fan like if you're saying some crazy things like as somebody's going back into the tunnel and you're like, oh fuck your mom,
Yeah, no,
and this, that, and the third, and Russell Westbrook decides to like throw a chair at you, don't be mad, right? Like once again, or if you're sitting there at whatever at a soccer game and you miss a penalty kick and you're going into the stands or you're getting death threats or somebody's like, you effing N-word, go back to wherever country you're from, then yeah, don't be mad if my goons come around and catch your ass coming off the corner. Oh, it seems like the comments are lit. Let's see here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Does the
I'm
first
still
minute
listening to
reply?
what you were saying.
No, you weren't.
Sketchy and Frank are in there doing their thing. You know, I can't not see
What's
that.
up, Sketchy? What's up, Frank? Verbal is fine, but when you physically throw a ball or anything at a player, it's just completely wrong.
I have an issue. Again, I think some fun shit talk is nice. I think that's funny. Maybe the mom thing was a little overboard.
Okay.
Maybe that's a little much. Maybe talking about a guy's mom isn't right. No, I don't. Booing is messed up. Again, like I said, look, if a guy's got like a 180 batting average and he sucks and he strikes out, boo that guy.
But don't throw a baseball
Just say
at him.
Aaron Judge goes 0 for 5 and people are like, trade him. He's a bum. And then he hits a home run and they're like, we love this guy. Like, get a fucking grip.
True.
Here's what I've done. I'm not a big hockey fan, but I saw Wayne Gretzky's last game as a Ranger, and I saw Mark Messier's last game at Madison Square Garden.
By the way, Mark Messier is my favorite hockey player of all time.
Dude, that guy is dope.
You want to know a quick story? Before I got in trouble for trying to steal hockey cards to find one of his cards. But anyways, keep
going. Oh, wow, no kidding.
I was like probably like 12, 13.
No kidding.
Yeah. Crystal Mall, New London, Connecticut.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I love Mark Messier. I have been to Derek Jeter's retirement and Mariano Rivera's and like a plethora of like superstar players. Randy Johnson pitched for the Yankees for a short while and it didn't go great.
Okay.
And I was at this one particular game. He gave up 5 home runs in the first 3 innings, including back-to-back batters before he got taken out of the game.
Jeez.
And the people started booing, and I thought, this fucking dude's won 300 games. He's got like 5,000 strikeouts. You're booing him because he had a bad afternoon? Like, to me, I find that to be disrespectful. It's like, never mind everything you've done up until this exact moment. I hate you. Boo!
I'm not with that. I'm not with that. If you're going to
got a ride or die with your guy.
I
hate that.
Like, I'm a ride or die Ben fan. I'm a ride or die Big Ben fan. Like whether I know when he's gonna tank, and I expect him to tank. So like as a fan, I get it. You have to be that ride or die. What fucking man?
How many
I
Super Bowls Big Ben have?
2.
Oh, that's pretty good. 2 Super Bowl rings and 3 rape accusations. Not bad.
Hey,
Not a bad NFL career at the end of the
accusations.
day.
Accusations. He was never charged.
I love that.
Well, no, what was it? Never. He was charged, but not. Was
yeah,
he?
it's a lack of evidence.
Whatever the case may be. But anyways, oh, what do we have next? Oh yeah, by the way, so
It's a micro penis. That's why.
Oh Jesus,
that's the lack of evidence.
Jesus.
I'm just speculating. I don't know that. That's just an allegation.
Oh well. Nice
How's
one.
that?
I like
Thank
that
you,
one.
sir.
I like that one. But yeah, so needless to say, don't throw baseballs at players. And I heard he got a lifetime ban, right? He got a lifetime ban, and it was like what was a foul ball or a home run, whatever the case may be.
Run that he stole from a little Red Sox fan.
I was about to say stole from a Red Sox fan, and then looked like a coward. I saw the video of him like shaking and just standing there trying to be quiet. Fucking pussy.
You know, this guy did everything right. He did everything right. Hold on, up until a point, he did everything right. He
please
caught a home run ball away from a Red Sox fan, a little kid, broke a little kid's heart. And it's important because that little shithead whose mom and dad brought him to the Bronx, we're jeopardizing this kid's life. They're lucky the only thing that got stolen from him was a ball. Okay, that's number one. Now, where the fan went wrong was in throwing the ball at Alex Verdugo. You don't throw the ball at people.
Just threw it back.
That's not right, especially when the Red Sox are getting their asses handed to them at Yankee Stadium on national TV. Don't ruin that for everybody.
I will say it seems like Boston fans, and don't kill me, but Boston fans are a little bit more softer than Yankee fans.
Yeah. They're very sensitive.
And this is coming from somebody that's not a baseball fan at all. But it seems like Red Sox fans are like the loudmouths, but they're the loudmouths only when their boys are around.
Yeah.
Right. So like they're not loudmouths until like there's other Red Sox fans around. Yankee fans, they're punched in the face by themselves. I feel like that's just what I've witnessed growing up in Connecticut and seeing this Yankee Red Sox battle. See, so I
Jared knows what I'm talking about.
See, there we go. Jared said when I went to Yankee Stadium, they took one of my testicles from me and threw it onto the field. I believe it. See, yeah. So maybe I need to be a Yankees fan. Maybe I need to be a Yankees fan.
Why
fan.
is Tyler Bard coming at me in the comments? Stop your whining.
Zach, you're right. I've never sat in the bleachers seats at
again.
Fenway.
Does anybody not remember when the dude threw the ball at Giancarlo Stanton from the Green Monster? Nobody was bitching then because nobody cared then. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal.
They're all
dude threw. They're like ESPN was like, look at the amazing throw by this fan.
You ready to prove my point?
And he hits Giancarlo Stanton.
And I'm not even a baseball fan, but right. The loudest part of Fenway Stadium is where? The Green Monster, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because they're
really
high
all
up.
Loud behind some big wall. If it wasn't for the Green Monster, they probably wouldn't be so loud. And you're right. I've never been to Fenway Stadium. Not to say I will never go.
Fenway Park.
I'm sorry.
As those douchebags call it.
The park, right? The park.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been to Yankee Stadium a bunch of times. And I was scared a couple of times going there. Now, I will say, you know what? I would say, and they're probably the same fans, but it seems like Patriot fans are harder than I don't get it. Why does it?
Let me tell you something.
And they're the same. They're the same. I agree
with you.
They're the same fan.
Look, if you're a New York sports fan and somebody comes in from the outside, as long as you sit there and shut your mouth, as long as you shut your mouth. And you watch the game, you could even cheer moderately. If you're an asshole, you'll get beat down, guaranteed. Somebody will piss on you or pour beer over your head, and everybody in the section will step up and be like, go ahead, take a swing at that guy. And we're all going to kick your ass. So Yankee fans are definitely cool like that. I was 10 years old the first time I went to Foxborough. I wore a Knicks starter jacket. It was badass too. It was black with lots of orange trim. And yeah, dude, people were being dicks. I was like a little kid.
Bostoners.
I don't even have a Giant starter. It's the only one I have. Leave me alone.
If you can't pronounce your R's, I'm not scared of you.
Right?
I'm sorry.
If you can't pronounce your R's, that's hilarious.
But anyways, we'll move on from that. Since we're on the sports and hype and insanity of sports, did you get a chance to watch the new Space Jam this week?
Let me tell you something. I have not yet.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me you haven't watched the first one.
Oh, I love the first one.
Okay.
I've seen it. It's on my to-do list. But again, it's like, when am I going to watch a movie free of everybody I live here with?
Watch it with the kids.
Well, I didn't know. My son doesn't seem like a basketball fan of any, like, sports in general.
Cartoons. He likes cartoons.
I've never seen him watch the.
Looney
I just
Tunes?
didn't know.
Gotcha.
So the other day he went to McDonald's and he got like a Happy Meal, and he got literally, and he goes, "Hey, look, I got LeBron James." And I was like,
How do
"You know who LeBron James is?" He was like, "Yeah, he's in the movie Space Jam 2." And I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's yeah."
That's
So
awesome.
I was amazed that he knew who LeBron was. So
Okay.
yeah, now I want to watch it with him because I think he would enjoy it.
I think he will too. I actually enjoyed it.
Was it good?
Versus, like, contrary to all like all the old heads.
Yeah, but
that
that
are
rabbit's not hot. Did that take away from it a little bit?
Honestly, no, not at all.
Oh, that's weird.
Because you know why? Because it was Zendaya. So like I can hear Zendaya's voice. So like it's just
You knew.
Nickelodeon.
You know what's under that.
I knew.
You know what's under that rabbit.
I don't know what's under that rabbit. I don't want to know what's under that rabbit. But anyways, just too young for me. Just too young for me. She's an adult, but too young for my taste. But anyways, I just but yeah, so contrary to belief, everybody's been saying like, oh, Space Jam was horrible, the plot was bad. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a children's movie.
You almost said enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Michael Jordan.
Because Jordan's
in
the
your
GOAT.
head. I like that.
Exactly. Now,
Respect.
it was never, I can't say it was greater than the original because it's just the original, right?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel, right?
It could never.
Even though it was a similar plot, but kind of modern day, I did love how they incorporated like the whole technology aspect and made it very modern till today and very relevant. I love the fact that all of the like actors that played his children and his wife and everything, you can kind of really relate it to his family now. If you follow LeBron, and you don't have to follow LeBron. He's a family guy. His family's everywhere, and you can see like the personalities of his children through those actors. So it was good. LeBron's not the best actor, but you can't go in there expecting LeBron to be Denzel, right? So for what it was cute.
He saves all of his acting for the court.
Exactly. He saves all of his acting for the court for all the flops. There we go. But I mean, it was good. I will probably definitely watch it again. My son loved it. I actually didn't even fall asleep through it. I actually stayed up the whole movie and watched it. So I was surprised. Let's see what the comments say about that. Anybody? Nope. Okay, cool. Bet. So, yeah. So, but that you actually say the whole LeBron thing, having to have that discussion with Donnie of who Michael Jordan is, because I was that weekend. I remember. Well, it was Friday. I'm not saying that weekend. It was Friday. I was like, hey, we're gonna watch Space Jam because we were originally supposed to go watch it at my sister's house because she was gonna have it outside on the big projector and shit. But it rained this weekend and stuff like that. But anyways, he was like, "Daddy, who's Michael Jordan?" And I was like, I failed you. You know what I mean? Two, we gotta really, because he knew everybody knows LeBron James. So I had to be like, hey, yeah, well, he's like the LeBron. He was the LeBron James before LeBron James. He's like, yeah,
he played right into his hand,
like right into his hand. But
he was LeBron before LeBron was LeBron.
But then I went to go say
worst explanation of Michael Jordan I've ever heard. And I have to say, I wonder if when he said who's Michael Jordan, if he didn't already know who Michael Jordan was, and what he meant was LeBron's been at 8 finals. Jordan only went to 6. I'm just saying, who's Michael Jordan?
How many
Maybe
game
that's
sevens?
what he was saying.
How many game 7s has Michael been to?
I don't ask me. That's what your son said.
No, he just asked who Michael Jordan was.
I think you misunderstood
him. Long story even shorter.
Who is Michael Jordan?
The GOAT. That's who Michael Jordan is. And that's how it ended. He is the GOAT. And he understands because he's watched Space Jam 2. Then we watched Space Jam 1. And guess which one he wanted to watch again right after? Space Jam 1 with Michael Jordan.
It's the best. Plus
the GOAT.
Plus Barkley's in it.
The only one that has hands. In that
Everybody
whole...
loves Charles Barkley. It's a hero. It's an American hero.
There you go.
Never imagine that. Charles Barkley is like an American hero now. A man who in his playing career said he didn't want to be a role model is now a role model for all ex-athletes who want to sit on a panel and shit talk other Hall of Famers.
Go Charles.
This guy broke the mold.
Go Charles.
Charles Barkley, worst golfer of all time.
Who's worse? Well, I was gonna say who's worse. Well, Tom Brady's pretty good, and then I only bring it up because I watched the celebrity little tournament that him and Aaron Rodgers had.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Aaron Rodgers is actually pretty decent too.
Seems like a lot of them are. You know who's really, really, really good at golf is the pitcher John Smoltz. He's played and beaten Tiger Woods. Yeah. He's really good. He's pitched for the Braves for a long time. Really, really good golfer. As is, I believe, Tom Glavine, who also played with him. There was a guy who pitched for the Yankees, Rick Rhoden, in the 80s, pitched for the Pirates for a long time. He's on the PGA Tour, the senior tour.
Mm-hmm.
He retired from baseball, and he was like, "Oh, I'm playing the PGA senior tour." Who does that?
Like,
your side, it's like me. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go pro now that I've done this other thing.
I need to go talk to
crazy
whoever, because whenever I go by the golf course by my house, it's always packed.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, always packed all day. Like, do like people like, yeah, on my lunch break, I'm gonna go play golf. Like, how long does a round of golf last? On average.
Well, that's crazy. You ain't doing it in an hour, but you could play 9 holes in like 2.5 hours if you're aggressive.
Jeez, that must be some good retirement life.
Oh yeah, well, dude, you know what old people do?
Play golf, obviously, because that's where they are.
Old men just hit the ball about 80 yards straight until they get into the hole.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I don't even know why they play.
This is there just to shoot the shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you parted. Like you hit it like a bitch all the way to the hole. Congratulations. What do you want? A medal? You played this course like 10,000 times. Of course you did. Yes. You're not hitting like a 300-yard drive and then birdieing it in, you old bastard. Get off the course. Also, if you're like 80, take a fucking cart out. You're slow and you're walking. What?
So that's why wouldn't you take a car? I would
listen.
I would not want to walk a course
when you're on a golf course.
Like, why?
It's like you're paying fucking $45. You don't own the place. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'll just play at my leisure. Get fucking moving like everybody else.
How much does a round cost around here?
Between the best you could probably do is like
up the street from your house.
That place is super expensive.
And it doesn't even look that great.
Club. No, it's beat the shit. It's unbelievable. They just hit me up for a membership. I ain't joining that shit.
The one by my house looks better.
Lower that. Oh, yeah, dude. It's funny. Like, the public golf courses are the best looking ones usually.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because the fucking towns are required to do something about it.
True.
Most of these people that own golf courses, again, you're making like $35, $45 a guy per round. You need a lot of rounds to Yeah. You got to water the grass. I used to play at a shithole in Hamden, Connecticut, where things were so bad. They had a water hazard, and they actually hooked a hose up to it, and they would spray the grass literally with the water that they had.
Jeez. That
disgusting.
Yeah. Nah, F that.
Thanks for spraying swamp water all over the golf course. That smells great.
Assholes. Oh, man. So, yeah, I could never get into golf, so I don't know. I do the putt, and I get bored after like hole 3. And then it just becomes like all trick shot alley.
You know what it is with golf? You got to bring like a party pack out with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have you got to prepare for for instance, say you were to go out, we mentioned like a by the reservoir, right? You go out there and then right, you're gonna hang out for a few hours. You got to plan accordingly.
Okay.
Bring a hacky sack, right? Otherwise, what are you doing?
You got to keep yourself busy.
You start getting into mischief. Like all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? One of us should jump into this garbage dumpster. Like, no, don't do that. Somebody get a fucking hacky sack. We could kill 2 hours, smoke a couple doobs, drink a couple 40s, and we're on our way.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Right?
Kill 2 hours.
That's all it is.
All right. If anybody wants to see me just chop up some grass or, hit balls wherever, invite me out. Be more than willing to,
I bring like 30 balls with me when I play.
I heard those things are expensive, though.
Yeah, you get the right kind or not.
Okay.
$15 for a box, whatever.
I'll just go dig them out the pond.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
See? Perfect.
I spend so much time in the woods that I don't
Just
find
find
my
balls.
ball, but I find like
Hey
10
ball.
other ones. But yeah, no, it's what great fun it is for 3.5 hours. By the end, I'm pretty tired. I'm not even paying attention anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a great time.
That's why I just shoot the shit.
It's a great time. It's
Mhm.
about the camaraderie.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm not a PGA professional. I'm too into the golf party scene.
Nah. See, my idea, now that, my idea would, some good quality time would be going to space with these rich guys, since we're just doing rich people activities.
I
Like
gotta tell you,
2 hours in space with Jeff Bezos tomorrow.
I'm so not impressed by this because
Everybody going to space,
number one, I love Neil deGrasse Tyson because he shit all over this thing immediately. He was like, well, you're not in space. You didn't leave the atmosphere. And everybody was like, well, yeah, Branson didn't, but Bezos. No, still not even fucking close.
So they're not okay. So they're not going into space.
You're going like an airplane really high. You're not in space.
They're not like going.
You're not.
outside
No, I think they get like 3 seconds of like zero gravity because they're like getting to the top
and then they
go right back down.
Oh, so
yeah, like sticking your dick in the deep end for a second. You're not staying. You know what I mean? You're in. You're out.
You're out. You're in. You're out. Quit fucking about, yo. But so it's just it kind of brought me back because we talked about it last week. And then me, I kind of started digging a little bit about the core of the earth and just what's around, right? You know that there has been no physical evidence.
Did you look this up?
Yes, of like what is really in the core of the earth. They just go by like seismic charts.
Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator. What's your method?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but you can't tell me that the core
method.
of the
Scientists made that up.
So made it up. There we go. Made it up. Hypothesized. So, and we look at the images.
It's a fancy word for made shit up.
Let me see if I can pull up a damn picture because this damn image, everybody knows the image of the core, right? Of the earth. We have that gets broken down. Like it took a little triangle piece or like a little watermelon piece out of it, right? And you see all this water, blue, land, and then it goes like a little like darker red, a little bit lighter red, and then we get to the right, like to the core, it's just lava. There we go, Joe. Yeah, pull that shit up, right?
Yeah.
How? Just like the images of dinosaurs. You tell me. What sound does a velociraptor make? How, Joe?
Well, we could tell by his throat bones.
So I'm not even about to say that.
Throat bones.
Queen Cleopatra has some clear throat bones too, apparently. What does that say about her?
That she was a
all righty,
I suppose.
All I'm saying is, so here we go. Nobody's seen images. Everybody knows that there's lava under the earth. So you're telling me that thin little piece of water where it's like 250,000 miles of water at some points of the ocean. And I might be exaggerating with 250,000 miles, but like 300,000, I don't know. So you're telling me that that's where we are? We're just covered a big ass ball of gas. It's not iron. It's not just iron. I find it hard to believe. I don't know. This is my conspiracy. This is my conspiracy moment. But yeah, I'm gonna keep digging.
You remember the conversation we had about volcanoes?
Nobody has been to the bottom of a volcano.
That's not true.
I
watched a video. A dude fell into a volcano
and was at the bottom.
And he lived. No, it wasn't at the bottom because there's still a lot more layers to go.
How do you know? How do you know at like 100 miles down, it's like
maybe just not a molten river that just, burps up, and that like Earth just doesn't keep
You think there's
like
just a
clearing
hollow
itself.
core?
I don't
and
think
it
it's
burps
hollow. I
up
think that there's
lava?
some shit down there. Like imagine right
Do
now.
you think it's hot or cold? Whatever's down there.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. It could be a hot layer and then go back cold. It can go like, who knows?
I want to take a look at this. I
Let's
wonder
look.
if there's
So
be
my
curious
theory
if there
right
was a
now.
hot and cold level.
Here we go. No, it's gonna say all hot. It's gonna say all hot because the core is supposed to be lava, and that's just all we know by seismic charts, right? Seismic, like I shake a table, we're gonna be like, hey, what's under here? I can tell you right now is fucking gold because I'm shaking this table because these plates are shifting. It's gold under here. I promise you. We've never seen it though. We just know that yes, there's something under here, but we don't know. But anyway, so here's my theory. The earth is, always cleansing itself. And now we're going through all this evolution and fucking global warming, right? The weather like the past couple years have been crazy. When was the last time we've seen a crazy winter in Connecticut?
Yeah, we definitely have it. There's something.
The
something
Western
ain't right.
Hemisphere is burning up. Shit, the west of the United States is just setting on fire, right? We're flooding. The eastern side of the United States is flooding. Everywhere else in Australia burnt down. So there's so many different things happening with the earth. What if the earth is literally just like cleansing itself and like it just like kind of just outgrow, you know what I mean? Like heals itself from the womb and just like fixes itself. So it might have to like flood itself or whatever. And then other things, pop up, right? Like what if like there's just multi billions of years of like
You might be right, because I mean there is an ice cap, and then according to them, under this ice cap is what? Hot. Why doesn't it melt the ice caps? Oh wait, they are melting.
But I don't think that's because of the core though.
No.
But so that's what I'm saying. Like it has to be something like I don't know.
I don't know if I'm buying this bullshit inner core.
Thank you.
Maybe an outer core. I don't know if
an outer core, but what's under the outer core?
Not an inner core. That seems way too obvious.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you're just telling me that we're literally just living on top of a bunch of lava or a bunch. No, like that's not even what supposedly this earth is made up of. Right?
This stiffer mantle. I don't even know what this is, but I don't like the sound of it.
I don't know. Somebody let us know in the comments if you got any kind of like friends that can answer these questions. Sketchy says, I've heard there's an in and out at the Earth's core. That's what it says in Wikipedia. Wikipedia is always accurate. I believe it. There probably is an in and out.
Not for nothing. Before people want to go shitting all over Wikipedia, I have handed in many a reports that got a really good grade. Thanks to the wiki. So yeah. Don't knock it, because I'll tell you, I've learned a lot of things on Wikipedia. Although I don't know if did I tell you the story?
No.
I was interviewing John Oates from Hall & Oates.
Okay.
And I had read a story on Wikipedia that the song Private Eyes was about Stevie Wonder. And I asked him if that was true. I didn't say where I got it, but I said, and he got pissed. And he was like, what? Like, where'd you get that from? Would you read that? And I was like, oh, I don't remember. I don't want to say Wikipedia, Yeah, he was like, I don't even know what that means. And I was like, oh, I don't either.
My bad.
Sorry.
Moving on.
So that was the only time Wikipedia ever let me down.
A pretty big moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I just saw Jared saying, but the higher you go, the more likely you are to freeze to death, right? Yeah. Who knows, man? That's what the theory is. But then we have all these planets that are like gas, and like the stars are supposed to be hot as balls, and like I just don't get it. And then apparently like the sun is supposed to like heat this whole solar system, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the sun is not like the biggest star there is. But the sun, like this, apparently like the sun is a fairly small star compared to other.
Yeah, but it's hot. It burns hot.
That's so fucking confusing.
No, I know. Well, so
like,
I can't tell you.
How many stars have these people like actually witnessed?
Okay, well, a lot, and I'll tell you a great story. No, I literally watched the video. I watched the video the other day. They literally observed. This was the craziest thing I've ever seen. There's a giant black hole, like 7 million light years from here, that they've observed with the Hubble telescope. And they thought it was enormous. They were like, that doesn't even make sense that a black hole could be that big. It defies everything we have. And eventually they figured out it's actually two black holes next to each other that merged. And then, and I watched this shit happen, a big blue planet that was in orbit literally like went and it bye-bye into the black hole, gone.
Joe.
Like that. What's that planet Princess Leia's from?
You're telling me we can
Alderaan
see something
is gone.
70 billion years away.
Yeah, it's with a giant telescope. It's
With a
literally
giant telescope.
called the Giant Telescope.
But we
it's in
have
Japan.
no cure for AIDS.
Am I right?
No cure for cancer.
Well, there are cures for cancer, just not every cancer.
But we can watch shit. You actually believe that shit?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've also seen a picture of a liger.
Is that a lion tiger?
Yep. I've seen a lot of pictures of a lot of things.
I could buy that.
I don't believe it though.
I could buy that. I saw a furry fish once.
I'm still having. See, okay. All right.
It was mounted on somebody's wall. Guy said he caught it like that. It was a catfish that had a really thick mustache. And
What, he shaved his?
kind
and
of
then
like
just-
pork chop, like sideburns. It was
What the fuck?
crazy.
All right.
He
Yeah,
must have been
sounds-
old.
He sounds crazy.
Yeah,
He
was definitely sang the blues.
weirdo.
It's quite a catfish.
But yeah. So you know who else is a catfish? Speaking of catfish, Joel Osteen. You know who Joel
Oh,
Osteen
damn.
is?
I like what you did there.
Joel Osteen, for anybody that doesn't know, Joel Osteen is a Houston preacher, glorified televangelist. Has recently come under fire for pictures of his Ferrari, him and his Ferrari surfacing, right? So everybody's like, "What? It's a Ferrari." That's the whole point. You're a mega church owner, reverend, evangelist, all these other Bible thumping fucking terms, but you have a Ferrari. Now, nothing wrong with a businessman, because that's what I'm going to call him, a businessman reaping the benefits of his business, right? Unless you're not paying taxes. And that's where I have the issue, right? So you're a businessman, you sell religion, right? You sell religion to people. And a lot of these people that are in your church are not well off. They're not, they're living below the means. They're coming to you for faith, for guidance. And a lot of these people are donating their 10% at least, to stay right with God and all this other shit, right? But they're sacrificing their little, their all, and you're out here not paying fucking taxes because religion doesn't have to fucking pay taxes in the United States. But you're out here in a fucking Ferrari. And he's not the only one, though. He's not the only one. There's all these other Bishop T.D. Jakes and all these other people out here, all these mega church owners that preach the word of God and sell religion, sell the Bible, sell the good old holy book. But they've got fucking half of their ministry, half of their church living in the projects. They got half of their church not having the right things to be able to provide for their for their families. But they're still getting that money. Who paid for that? Who paid for that Ferrari, Joel Osteen? Church members? It's just like, what the fuck? I'm so sick of, like, this is sickening to me. Like, it's so sickening that, like, America has so much faith and belief in religion. Something that's, here we go, something that is not proven, nothing that is, nothing substantial other than a book and some good old stories that people keep misconstruing and just changing as it's, as they see fit. But you get all the tax breaks in the world and you're out here riding in Ferraris, got mega $1 million homes, you know what I'm saying? But feeding off of the people, the same people that you want to help. And he was the same person that shut his church down, right? When Houston went under the flood, whatever hurricane that was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So it's just like, yeah, I don't blame America or the internet or anybody attacking this dude or anybody. Like, when does this stop? Like,
all right, I don't want to defend Joel Osteen. But
here we go.
this fucker already has an airplane, a mansion with a pool inside and a pool outside in case it's too hot to go outside and swim. He could stay inside.
Yep.
And now you're pissed off he's got a Ferrari? Little late, you dumbasses.
You know what? You put it that way, you're right. Because the moment you make a good point, the moment that I started thinking about it, who's really to blame? Is it him or is it his
The morons
congregation?
in his
that
congregation.
keep.
Well, God really wants him to have a Ferrari so he could drive in style and preach the word. Oh, yeah. And then when people need help, he's like, fuck off. I got a Ferrari. I got to get out of here.
You know what? This ain't none of my business. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. So you know what, Joel Osteen? Do your thing. Keep scamming the fuck out of these people. You idiots that keep giving these pastors and these ministries and all this, all the money to get all their, big mansions, and y'all are still paying off your student loans and everything else like that when you can put that 10% in the market every month and get a better return. I'll just shut up. Joel Osteen, keep doing your thing. I hope you get a Bugatti next year.
I laughed at religious people ask you for money and they tell you that your reward is in the next life.
Yep.
Theirs is in this one,
life, but yours.
That's what you want to get.
When you go see the guy,
ask your pastor, say, can I just get mine's now? I don't even want it in the next life. Fuck it.
One now.
Yeah.
Sketchy, you're right. The churches do need to be taxed immediately. If you can afford a Ferrari, though, I will say, if you can afford a Ferrari, you can afford to pay some taxes. Let's see if you can afford that Ferrari after you pay taxes.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if we found out, like, Jesus was a fucking con artist, too? Like, he was balling. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
just swindling dough. That'd be hilarious if that was
Imagine
the story.
if Jesus were following the same story, right? If he was like, yeah, so I need to tell my story. And he just paid somebody just to, hey, I'm going to pay all these dudes. What if his 12 disciples were 12 writers?
Yeah.
And they just wrote different parts of oh shit, we're getting some.
I love it.
If y'all are going to give Joel Osteen and all these other pastors, go ahead. You see the Cash App. Cash App, $, I'll piss you off shortly. ILLPISS. Piss you off shortly.
Well, Sketchy had another good question. He said, if God built the world in 7 days, why is it such a shithole? And
because he rested on the last one when he should have worked.
I think 7 days is a bit of a rush job.
You think so?
Oh, you built the entire universe in 7 days?
Very true.
Jesus Christ. No offense, but I'm just saying it's a little aggressive. That's a lot of work. I mean, I've read Genesis. Yeah. It's not very specific. So it makes it sound like, you know what I mean? Like he had to put every fish exactly in their spot. I mean, he had to do all that. He didn't just make it happen. He
had to create it.
Yeah, it's like a model train set. He sets it all up with the little bushes, and then he puts the people
and these are
then
some
a little
details.
dog. Yes.
Like it takes me a while. Like it takes me 5 days to finish like a crossword puzzle.
You imagine imagine building the entire fucking universe, the known universe in 7 days. Rush job. No wonder it's a shithole.
I wonder how many people can put a 5,000 puzzle piece together quicker than Jesus or God created Earth, or just Earth, or was it Earth or was it the universe? I'm so confused.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he created all.
Well, first there was the
dark.
dark.
That's a lot.
First the dark and the light.
Years.
He created the dark first.
Okay. And then he
created the light.
So Thomas Edison didn't create light.
No, God did. God scooped him by 1 billion years or so.
So
however old God is.
So did Thomas Edison since it was already created, so nobody really created anything.
No,
because God created it.
He call you an inventor. He found it.
He founded it. He just gave us the ability, or like he turned the light switch on in our brain cells, and was just like,
I'm sure that's all it is.
Oh, okay.
See? I wouldn't put too much stock into that.
And y'all are out here giving Joel Osteen fucking 10%. Look at us.
And
we're logically speaking.
Doesn't that guy just look like a fucking he
looks like a pedophile.
Looks like somebody you wouldn't trust with like
my daughter,
$1,
or my son.
let alone like your fortune. I've never liked that guy.
Or your child.
I've never liked that guy. And again, if you're in his congregation, Ask him for a loan. See what he says.
Exactly. Ask him for $100 out of his pocket.
Yeah, tell him you need $100,000 cash. See what you can do. See what he's willing to give you. Tell him he'll get a nice reward in the next life if he does that shit for you.
See how
Matter of
game he
fact,
is then.
you'll even pay him back in the next life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a check
With
for
interest.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna write you a check now for $250K. Cash that shit in the next life.
And the date line put next life.
Next life.
See if it goes well. Oh man. You know who isn't going well? Who is looking like it's not going to go well for? One of the first rioters in the Capitol riots. His name is Paul Allard. Paul Allard Hodgkins. This young man is looking at 18 months as a felony, a federal felony. So let's remember, federal felony. You don't get out early. There's no parole. There's none of that extra shit. You ain't. I mean, unless you write. Well, Trump's out of office now, so you can't even write him to get fucking out. So Biden's definitely not letting you out. So yeah, he's looking at 18 months. We'll see what happens. My question is, do we think that 18 months is justice? Is that worth it as a felony? Or does it set a good precedent for the other 400 and whatever plus people they're looking at charging?
The sentence should be longer, but as you just pointed out, it's a felony. So guess what he can't ever do again?
Can't vote.
Yeah.
Fucker.
And good luck getting a job, you fucking loser.
So,
now you know what it's like to be black and a felon, motherfucker. Oh,
Hey, now you have
damn.
no say in your government.
Yeah.
You
How'd
have
that shit?
no
Yeah.
say.
Now
No.
you absolutely have no say in what when the socialism comes rolling in, Dick Paul Haskins or whatever your name is, you're fucked.
So I think,
Idiot.
and that was my thing. Like, I love the fact that it's a felony. I hope, even if he doesn't do any time, just hey, you've been charged with felony. Do 48 hours, and now your whole life is fucked. Because really,
Oh, and by the way, a state prison is socialism.
Enjoy. So
Good luck living in your socialist hell.
That should be fun. So hopefully this sets a good precedent. Hopefully the judge, it's a federal judge, so hopefully they actually show no mercy.
You see where they're
And
trying to
they
make
fucking-
Ashley Babbitt a big hero now?
Really?
Trump's been pumping that the last couple of weeks.
Jesus. I wonder. Okay, so I heard in the rumor that Kamala Harris, through the rumor news and all that she's actually going to be trying to make her soon her approach for presidency, right? So now I wonder if Trump is trying to maybe match somebody to, because I would have, if this was maybe this time last year or maybe a year prior, I would have said it would have been hard to find somebody to beat Kamala Harris in the presidential race. But now with seeing her as a VP and her really not doing much of anything, I feel that it's possible, especially her. And I don't see any other candidate or any other potential candidate that would be worthwhile. I don't know. I'm so done with politics in a sense, but it's just I wonder if that would be the move, that the kind of chess move that Trump might be playing outside of the governor in Texas, the handicapped guy, the asshole dickhead, but he's a handicap.
Is he handicapped?
He is. He's in a wheelchair.
Oh, I didn't know that. Abbott, is that his name? Governor Abbott? I know he was in a wheelchair.
Abbott's in a wheelchair. He's a
Between
dickhead.
that and the fucking guy with the one eye, boy, huh?
So, yeah.
Texas not sending their best to Congress. Jesus Christ.
And they were worried about Buttigieg. Fucking, oh man. But anyway, so hopefully federales do what they're supposed to do and get these people locked up and tag those felonies on them. Do we want to talk about COVID? I mean, it's spiking. People.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. It's over.
It's
So
done.
what if everybody dies? Nobody gives a shit. We had to sit inside for a year. Can't be bothered now.
Do you?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh no, I know,
hope
I know.
You know that. Yeah.
I was gonna say when do we think because it definitely feels like COVID is over now. You go outside, nobody's wearing a mask, nobody's social distancing, everybody's still up on each other, everybody's outside, right? When outside of maybe the spikes now, do you think after this year, it's just gonna be, hey, just kind of like the flu, we're okay, everybody get your COVID shot, and we're it's a norm now? Like, when do we think that will be? Like, where it's just like, all right, COVID, it's here.
Yeah, you just kind of that yearly.
gotta
You got to
deal with it.
deal with it. This might be a terrible thing to say. And please tell me if it is, but I hope at some point that there is a variant like the strain from the Stephen King book,
Okay. That just
and that it absolutely wipes out most of the planet. And I'll tell you why. Because the people that get it will be the ones that deserve it. No, I'm just playing.
oh Jesus.
I'm just joking, you
So-
guys. Nobody wants that.
no. But I mean, not
Well,
I mean as
some
an
people
effects-
might.
I don't want it, but I wouldn't put it past governments doing some shit
Wouldn't
like
it
that.
be great though if seriously, if this thing got like ramped up,
And like people just
start
where are we
dropping in
putting
the
these bodies
streets?
though?
I know that would be the crazy. That'd be the movie-ish part of it.
You would
They
have,
never really answer that.
do you put them in the
question.
ocean?
Oh God!
Because I'm not trying to. That's the only other place
Like in a worldwide pandemic, say like what is there? 8 billion people. Let's say 3 billion people. instantly wiped off the face of the earth,
Okay.
right? That's a lot of holes. I see
That's
what
a
you're
lot of-
saying.
Like where, and even then, right? So like,
And if we burn them all, then you imagine what you do to the ozone.
so here's my question, right? So we've had the humans have been alive or in existence for how many years? You know how many cemeteries I've seen?
Yeah.
Where have all these bodies gone?
Well,
Like bone, like there still should be bones. There still should be like
we've been
there-
there's signs of burial in humans and Neanderthals going back about 450,000 years.
so. But that's what I'm
Where
saying.
there have been so there's a lot of bodies.
We
And think
should
about
be like
think about
covered
all
in
the
bones.
wars in Rome and Carthage. I mean, I would assume I don't know what's way under in the middle of the planet.
Mhm.
But I'm sure that every level of every country, if you dig deep enough, there's definitely dead people in there.
I'm telling you, like, how many times can you go 6 feet?
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, shit. 200 years from now, there's gonna be more fucking burial sites than anything. And then not to even mention the mass, because a lot of people don't even realize that there's like mass grave sites for like people that are unidentified and shit like that. Like, we're gonna run out of land soon.
I've watched the documentary, not to bore people, maybe nobody cares, but I watched the documentary about Teutoburg Forest in Germany,
Oh jeez.
which was a massacre of Roman soldiers.
Yep.
And nobody was quite sure where it was or how it would have played out. And thank God somebody's just clearing forest in Germany because fuck it, who needs trees? And they literally found it. And they found swords and weapons and dead horse car. I mean, like, no, they
Jeez.
weren't the bones, but yeah, they found like the whole site of where the battle was. They were able to like reconfigure how the whole thing played out, and
That's-
all because somebody absolutely leveled another forest.
That's crazy. And,
Yeah.
and then now they're doing it also in the Mayans or like
Yeah,
out that way.
in
They're-
the
they're-
Amazon,
the lasering or
they
whatever.
are
Some shit. I'm not gonna like
burning.
get into like
They are burning the Earth's best producer of oxygen.
the rainforest.
Yeah. I mean, burning like millions of miles of that shit every year, just burning
Just
it down.
It's for land.
And the crazy shit is again, what you kind of touched on it. They're finding the timeline for Native Americans had been about 8,500 years.
Mhm.
And they assumed everybody crossed the Bering Strait. And now that they've been burning that shit down and digging a little bit, now they've dated it back to about 15, maybe 20,000 years
See?
that there were natives in America. And the best part is if they had just crossed the Bering Strait, it would have been the Denisovans, and it's not.
Mhm.
It's literally humans, which means that they walked all the way, somehow migrated all the way across Asia,
Mhm.
up and then across, or also hypothesized is that they fucking sailed,
That's interesting.
which would be insane. You talk about we don't really know what's at the bottom of
But
the
no-
oceans. There could be a lot of shit down there.
There's a lot. I promise you that. Well, I will put my money that there's a lot of shit in there. And then also, all these continents and shit separated and shit like. So remember, like, not too long ago, everything was a lot closer, supposedly. And that's why I say, like, maybe the Earth, we might literally be at the last of the Earth. What it seems like it, right? With all the countries and shit getting smaller and everything. I was like, that's like 200 years from now. The United States might be the size of fucking whatever's in.
Oh
the,
yeah,
like
There
Canada
will
and U.S. might
definitely-
have to like condense
you know,
and shit
I
like
would
that.
say
Who knows?
honestly, even if we get global warming under control again, and I know you don't love it, but you know what's going on. There's constantly plate shifts,
Mhm.
and it's certainly possible that we're not done with that either.
No, not at all.
Again, I mean, a core that gets hot does start to cool down, and when it does, it constricts. I don't know if you know this, but Africa. Do you know why a lot of that area of Africa south of the equator is mountains?
Nope.
Right? And the Sahara Desert is all up in there, and then
Yep.
there's all the mountain ranges going down to like Kenya, where
Okay.
Kilimanjaro is and stuff. That was all Serengeti. That was all savanna. And then the last big continental shift we had, it kind of bucked.
Gotcha.
And it took that part of the Serengeti and it lifted it super close. And
that's-
being that close to the equator, that shit burned up quick and turned to sand.
And that's what I'm
That
saying.
crazy?
Like, what if some other like shift happens and
crazy.
then like some shit that's like in the ocean like rises up or something like you? Now you have a whole nother island somewhere. Now you have maybe less of an island somewhere. Something gets. I really feel like it's just the Earth or whatever the matrix we're in just getting refitting itself.
You know, they found Sodom and Gomorrah.
I thought that that was a city of sin and
The city
all
of
that,
sin from the Bible. They actually literally found it, and it was in the Dead Sea, completely buried. And the way they were able to figure out what it was, you know what actually destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah?
What's that?
Fire and brimstone. Do you know who made the fire and brimstone? Not God. A volcano. And it shot fire and brimstone, and it caused a tsunami, and it absolutely wiped out Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the real story of Sodom and Gomorrah.
This is why I want to leave New England, because I literally feel at some point that water is going to come and it's going to wipe the shore away. And like, I want to go inner coastline a little bit.
Let me ask you this.
Like maybe
Do you
Pennsylvania.
have any friends in Long Island?
I don't have any friends.
Well,
but
then
I
you
know
won't
people.
feel bad, because if a tsunami hits, Long Island is done. So
New York is
we're
done,
solid.
You think so?
It would take a monster tsunami to clear all Long Island.
Day after tomorrow. I'm thinking like day after
Dude,
tomorrow
that's a
type shit, or like
movie.
some like big ass tsunami. Yeah, like a big ass. So bet we're 90 miles.
Think about the one that happened in India.
Bet we're not even that, right?
Think about it.
We're okay. So
Those
bet
are islands.
we have the sound. So I would assume that the sound would probably like at first get like cleared. So like, you know how they say the water comes out before, like the sound would get cleared. So all of like coastal Connecticut is done. So like New London, Old Saybrook, Bridgeport, all that is done. It's gonna go all the way up 9. 9 you figure is what, 20 miles up to Middletown. That water could possibly make it up to that way. Like Connecticut's not that big. Like we could possibly lose 3/4 of our state in either direction. And I'm just assuming that the water's just coming, like wiping Long Island, wiping New York, and then just coming from south up. Not to mention clearing like Boston's done. All that's done. Rhode Island's done.
All right. Listen, day after tomorrow, whatever. The largest tsunami wave ever was in a fjord in Alaska. I actually saw footage of this.
Okay. Yes, Frank,
1,720 feet
700
was how high the wave was.
Okay.
It traveled 13 miles.
Yeah.
We are right where we are right here in Wethersfield. We
Yep.
are 27 miles from the coast.
So after that tsunami, then I need to move because the next one don't stand a
Yeah,
chance.
maybe. But yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Yeah.
It's pushing it.
They usually go about 10 miles. So again, if you know anybody in Long Island,
That's scary.
you don't anymore. New Haven, Bridgeport,
Done.
Gonzo.
Yeah, all that.
Also Milford.
By
Yeah. You're
North
gone.
Haven.
North Haven's out.
You're gone.
Yeah.
Meriden might get. Well, Meriden. Meriden might get touched.
Meriden's
No, not
close.
Wallingford. Wallingford
That'd be
will
hilarious
definitely...
if Wallingford got it and everybody had to move to Meriden.
Oh Jesus!
Wouldn't
How would
it?
that go?
That'd be hilarious.
So yeah, all right, that's it. That's fun news. That's interesting news. So, all right, but yeah, I still want to go, but then you can't even go too far out west because shit, they had that big ass
Yeah, because it's all on fire, and in the middle, it's all flooded all the time. And out west, like in the Midwest, you're in the Midwest. That sucks.
Shit, let's see here.
There's nowhere to go.
For a second.
If you're gonna go anywhere, go to Hawaii, because at least if that shit sinks into the ocean, you're in Hawaii. Fuck it,
Hey, fuck it. What do you think? A little side question. What do you think would what do you think would replace currency if we were to have like a dramatic like event like that and it just wiped out normal civilization? So like now we're in some kind of whatever time frame.
I would say again,
trying to think of the word, but I can't.
I think in an apocalyptic
there we go,
apocalyptic
situation.
I mean, I think
I like on nothing of value.
I think at least initially, I think currency is literally in material goods.
Yep. So what material goods do we think would be?
I'll tell you right now, any sort of processed food.
Okay.
Cans, anything you can make later and keep, fucking boxes of crackers.
Yep.
And stay fucking fresh for like a million years. Like that shit. Weed.
Okay.
I think weed, cigarettes, I think booze will also be hot commodities. So if you have a wine cellar, you're gonna definitely want to continue to stock up and don't drink it all till, because again, you'd be in good shape. You'd be able to barter for stuff.
Yep.
You'd be able to be able to eat. You'd be in good shape. So I think alcohol and drugs would be the main currency. You probably would also want to deal in sex trafficking.
Okay.
I hate to admit that, but I think that's just kind of part and parcel with the apocalypse.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't want to be a downer on all this.
Not a downer.
There's definitely some I don't say uplifting thought behind that, but it's you got to be an entrepreneur in the apocalypse, I guess, is my bigger point.
Where's your first place you're going to supply?
The first thing I would do if I found out like some catastrophic incident has occurred and say communications are out and it's in every man from, I'm going right to Walmart.
You going straight there?
Go right to Walmart.
See, I would wait. I'm waiting. I'm chilling for like the first week. Like I'm bunkering down.
Let everybody kill each other first.
I'm letting everybody go crazy at Walmart and go crazy for the guns and ammos while everybody's out and about. I'm like going around houses because that's more likely where I'm going to find guns and ammo and everything else like that.
You're going to sit out, wait for them to go to Walmart. When they come back, you're still waiting. Then they go out to grab something later on. You jump in and go, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
I'll team up with you. I would do that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I have a whole apocalyptic like kind of like checklist and shit like that. Like I'm going for the things that like people aren't thinking about.
Yeah.
That I know I'm gonna like food and all that shit. I can find that. I can salvage that shit. I can find that shit eventually. I definitely need my guns. I definitely need my ammos for protection. I'm going shit to like fortify my area. Because while everybody's just going crazy, you got to think about like where the fuck do you want to stay and hunker down at, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm getting vehicles, gas, fuel. Like
I'll tell you,
I'm not going to gas stations. I'm going to all these vehicles that like
I've watched enough Walking Dead. You don't want a bicycle.
Well, yeah. But
bike.
Initially though, the initial travel, the push.
Yeah.
Like if I'm trying to get the hell out of Connecticut and make a full-on push, I need a big ass truck. I need certain things just to be able to escape.
I would want a horse.
A horse?
Yeah.
See, the thing with a horse for me, because that's a whole nother like liability. You still have to feed it. You still have to
eat grass.
You still have
to water and grass. Maybe you find some oats. I don't know where you would find oats, but
like a horse is like then you still got to maintenance it. You still got to clean its thing, like the hooves and all. Like horses are big maintenance. Horses are big maintenance. I don't in an apocalypse. I don't have time to. Well, maybe I don't have time to just cater to one horse. I might have to find like horses in that case.
I like that.
But yeah,
a little team of horses, kind of like a Pony Express, but apocalyptic style.
All right. Where are we at?
I'm glad we talked about this because I'll be honest, I do think about tsunamis a lot, and I'm glad to know that I'm far enough inland.
Yeah, it's kind of like ease my
I
mind.
feel safe. Yeah. So
Not too much, but I'm a little bit safer.
I'm gonna have to ask my parents how close they are to the shoreline.
See? Now the question is, do you think you will be able to, with enough time, go down there, get them, and come back?
I don't know if you saw this last article that I didn't click on that literally popped up, but the headline is "No, you can't outrun a tsunami." So
don't just
once I hear the fucking splashing's coming, I'm hunkering down. I'm hunkering down on the upper level of this house. I'll tell you that.
Word. All right. Well, let's go ahead and pay a bill. Let's pay some bills with DJ Reefa, and then I have a special surprise for our listeners with the hands-on. But yeah, go ahead and pay a bill with DJ Reefa, and we'll be back.
There's always a holiday, birthday, or any celebration to look forward to. So why not prepare now and book your favorite DJ and or photographer? Book DJ Reefa, the most versatile female DJ around for your parties or small gatherings. Need a professional photo shoot done too? Then book Reef's Views to capture your dream shots as well. Don't need either, but still curious to check out the work? You can now find DJ Reefa on shopblackct.com, the best directory for all Black-owned businesses in Connecticut. On there, you'll find DJ Reefa's Instagram at Queen of All Trades with 3 L's, where you can now look and book. Need more information but want to reach out directly? Email DJ Reefa at masonsharifa@gmail.com. Memories last a lifetime, so let's start making them.
All right. As y'all already know, my favorite DJ in all of New England. Shout out to DJ Reefa. I can't wait to have my birthday party and her DJ some live events. And then I think if we have I'm gonna put her bid in for the DJ for the CMG cookout if we have one.
I gotta do it, and I gotta get that plan, and I gotta start. Like I gotta get that together because I do want to do it. I do want to have a big CMG bash. So yeah,
do some live streaming from there. But then also smell this candles, y'all. I'm a candle guy, right? Smell this. This is Midnight Mango. I don't know if anybody else is a candle
Oh,
person.
good Lord.
Doesn't that smell amazing?
I want to eat it. It
Just
smells delicious.
So,
good Lord, that's really good. What is that?
This is Midnight Mango.
Oh, mama.
From smells just like candy.
Amazing.
Right? But it is from Cali Candy Candles. Cali Candy Candles. I handcrafted in Hartford, Connecticut, I believe. Anyways, I was at a jazz festival yesterday, and I don't know which way. I'm just gonna put it right there so everybody can see if possible. But amazing as with it open, like you can already just smell everything. Amazing. Here we go. Bam, where's the camera? Oh, there we go. Midnight Mango. I love mango, period. But I'm trying to angle it right. There we go. Midnight Mango. Cali Candy Candles. But anyway, smells just like candy. Amazing candles. I was at the Jazz Fest, and I was walking by like all the vendors and shit, and like just a waft of just like amazing like hit me. And I'm a candle guy. I love to have a different candle in each room. Like when you go in and you smell a different smell, it's just like different. It gives a good vibe, right, in the whole house. And like you can smell all these different smells, and that's what it was. Cali candles. So.
I'm not trying to take all the smell out of this thing.
No,
man, that is
and all
so
these.
good.
And this candle is 100% soy candle. Cali CALI Candy Candles. Sorry, Cali, I forgot your business card, but I'm going to post it in a post and make a good post for you. But make sure you guys check out Cali. Right out of the CT.
Delish.
And Black owned. Go ahead, sister. Black owned, Black operated, and they have like 12 different flavors, 12 different scents, and she seasonally rotates them, comes up with something else. I bought an oatmeal raisin cookie because I love oatmeal raisin cookies, but oatmeal raisin cookie sent a candle and literally it smelled like a bakery all last night. So I burnt it and I didn't want to bring it and have all the burn marks. But yeah, so
that's great.
Midnight Mango. Oh, see, there we go. Sketchy Peasant. Already, Midnight Mango is fire. So, alrighty. We were talking about COVID spikes. Have you heard about the COVID bubble or Olympic bubble outbreak? Who knows if we're actually gonna have the Olympics, people? It seems like once you get one case, it seems like it spreads and goes everywhere else.
I don't think we really need the Olympics.
I was just gonna say, like, what is so important about the Olympics now, right? Like, I get it; it's a national competition, or national competition for everybody. But why was it so important for us to even have the Olympics 1 year off of the date and all this? Like, is it a really true financial gain? Is Japan really gonna see a boost in their economy from this? Was it really necessary for this to happen?
They got a boost in their economy during the 80s with Toyota.
But
Their
Toyota's not even,
economy's great. Yeah, they're fine, and they could cancel the Olympics again. Why can't we do it when it's when there's not a worldwide pandemic?
that was my question. And then
It just seems, put it to like this: people are getting back to being together. You mentioned golf course packed, restaurants are all packed now, right? Ballparks are packed. People are by and large not giving a crap. I guess they don't want to live in fear anymore like they did for a year and a half. Now everybody's a tough guy. It's one of two things is going to happen. I think it's going to be like you said, where it's going to be it's COVID season now, like it's flu season, and then we're just going to kind of get on and getting on. Or I think it's going to get bad. And I think something like the Olympics is the perfect place for
it to get bad.
I mean, it seems idiotic. It doesn't really benefit everybody. Most of the people are cheating and on steroids anyway. I don't understand why we're doing this.
I mean, and granted, they're already in a national rise or escalate just because of this, right? And now you're not even well. First of all, you're suscepting your whole country to more of an outbreak. A whole bunch of other countries. You're not getting any kind of financial gain because you're not letting any kind of like civilians come through and watch the fucking games. So yeah, it's a whole shit show, and I don't understand. Did you also hear about what the Olympics are giving? They're starting something with cardboard beds.
Oh my God, why?
So apparently, at first the rumor was to help bring down the sex that is known. The Olympics is known for the sexual escapades that the athletes go through. I believe like in Brazil, a couple athletes caught some STDs and some other shit. Like, it was a whole like news coverage about the sex, right? But the rumor was, to help from athletes having all this sex, and they're gonna make cardboard beds. But some athlete from a whole nother country, he kind of debunked the myth. It was a cardboard bed, but what he ended up doing was ended up like jumping on the bed and the mattress, showing that it pretty much wasn't going to stop somebody from having sex. So two things, I was like, cardboard bed.
So don't need a bed for sex.
That's what I was going to say, right?
I don't know what missionary position doing right-wing lunatic Christian came up with that thought, but that's where you fucked yourself.
I said, if you're horny somewhere with somebody, you think a bed is, we don't have a bed, we're not going to have sex. What?
Bro, their God, Ben Shapiro, doesn't think a pussy should be wet. You think they know how that you could do it anywhere? I don't think so.
So there we go. So that was it. I was like, I can't believe they think that a bed is going to stop somebody from fucking. And then two, you just can't stop anybody from fucking. All right, I'll go fuck in the closet. I'll stand up and do it. Whatever.
I apologize for being a little vulgar there a minute ago, but
sorry.
I mean, give me a fucking break already.
And then apparently they instead of like massively distributing condoms, they're like secretly distributing condoms, and they're saying, bring these back to your country. No, my country already has a bunch of them. I'm gonna use these now. Well, thank you. In the closet or on this impressive like cardboard bed that actually like holds up. So I was really surprised at that when I saw the video. So you make sure you guys like Google that. Like that's what I did. Olympic bed, cardboard Olympic bed. You'll see the video.
How many people do you think will be at the Olympics?
Just athletes, trainers, and
just in general, just at the Olympic Village.
At let's say 2,500, maybe 2,500 people.
I'm gonna say that there's probably like 100,000 people there.
Really?
Yep.
I believe it.
Counting the volunteers.
Yeah.
The coaches, the teams. Yeah, there's a lot. This is just a horrible idea.
No. Hey, what the people, things we do for gain and economic gain. It's crazy.
It's
And what's
all
crazy,
about
the
the
athletes-
Benjamins, man. It
and the
is
athletes
and
don't even get
always
paid
has
anything.
been. Exactly.
They don't get paid
$4.38 billion contract between NBC and the Winter Olympics. So,
Oh,
if
that's
you want to
why.
know
There
why
we
that
go.
shit is
That's why.
still going on, I'll give you 4.8 million reasons.
There we go. Answered it right there. Well, do we have reasons as we go into yep, that's racist? Oh no. Not yep, that's racist right now. You know, yeah, I'll bring something. We'll talk about that. But anyways, yep, that's racist. Do we have a reason why people do not like critical race theory? Outside of them just being
I don't even know what
racist?
it is.
Okay, bet. So for anybody that doesn't know,
Never bothered to ask. I don't really care.
bet. So
I mean, I want to hear it. Don't get me wrong.
so for the same reason that people, decide to have Olympics when it's unnecessary, people believe that teaching critical race theory is unnecessary, especially in the United States. Anybody that doesn't know critical race theory, my camera guy's telling me I need to move over some. So as you guys see me scoot over, I'm trying to get in frame, I guess. So critical race theory is an intellectual, and this is coming from Britannica, right? Is an intellectual movement and loosely organized framework of legal analysis based on the premise that race is not a natural biologically grounded feature of physically distinct subgroups of human beings, but a socially constructed, culturally invented category that is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that the law and legal institutions in the United States are inherently racist insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequalities between whites and non-whites, especially African Americans. So, after we all read that, do we have an idea of what critical race theory is? So, pretty much, it's the theory of that, like, America's racist.
Yeah.
Short terms, right?
And people hate
So,
that.
People hate that. So, apparently, in the city of Rochester, there the Board of Education was having like their whole like meeting as to like what the hell should be going on in the school. Apparently, critical race theory wasn't even on the agenda, but a bunch of whites, or white. How do the young people say it now? Whites with a Y. It's like Y.
Whites?
Yeah, whites. But anyway, so a couple of whites, they decided to go to the Board of Education meeting or city council meeting, and we have the video up here. We'll show it a little bit, and just pretty much say that America's not racist, that the politicians and BLM and everybody else is trying to just make America a racist country because America was always about equality and life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So yeah, let's. There's let me pull the link up right here.
Well,
I know,
isn't
shit.
that interesting? So, all right, I get it. I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Because it was just very interesting because when you hear, I have to pull up the video so you can see. Here we go. So you can just see and hear what these people. Oh Jesus. I don't know if I'm doing this right. No, never mind. It won't let me do it. Can you see if you can share it?
I got this.
Because if it, I want to play the video because when you hear what these people are talking about, and then just even how they kind of lead the video, they lead it with the Pledge of Allegiance, and it makes it seem like the Pledge of Allegiance is just a thing of hatred at this point. It just makes it seem like it's a representation of like.
It's meant to antagonize.
Yeah, like a more of an antagonist. Like they're like, yeah, this is our country, and this is this. I don't know. Just look at it. Well, when we see it, it's gonna look. You'll see what I'm talking about. If it doesn't load, then we'll just not show it, and that's my fault for not planning properly. Of course, YouTube wants access to it. But anyway, so critical race theory. My take on critical race theory as we wait for this video to load. One, I feel like yes, it definitely needs to be taught in schools because it's not just about blacks versus whites. Critical race theory can definitely be expanded to any other social constructs and cultures. in that aspect. So yes, America was built on racism. We already know America was built on slavery. Why are we going to take that out? I remember a couple episodes prior, um, when we were kind of talking about, should racism be taught in school? I had even mentioned that it might be kind of a hinder, or it might help a little bit, but I feel like maybe it should be the way the curriculum is actually structured. In a sense, maybe it might not be suitable to make it seem like white people are these is not to make it seem like all white people are bad, just the same way we don't want to make it seem like all black people are bad. I feel like we need to put more of an emphasis into the structure of it instead of like deleting it altogether. Once again, it's like one of those things where people who are just don't want to progress, they just want to down it and just say no, 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 instead of actually listening to it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's another one of those things that, like, kind of how the Dems have a horrible time of explaining things,
Yes.
or presenting certain things to the table. I feel like when they created critical race theory and shit like that, and when they brought it to the school boards and the education system like that, it wasn't packaged the best way. And not to sit there and say like you got to package it and it sucks that you have to package.
Yeah, look, I'm super glad. I thought understand it. I thought critical race theory was the opposite, and that's what they were pushing. At least I feel better knowing that.
So yeah, I'll put the link up.
You got it?
Well,
let's pull it. Let's play it.
No. We thought we had it. No. I don't. Hey, here we go. Let's listen to this shit. I wouldn't be mad if she was my news anchor, though. Not gonna lie. I highly recommend you all read The Color of Law. It shows. These are what I was talking about. Here we go. He looks like a Red Sox fan.
Whoa, dude! What the?
He makes all the noise when everybody's around, but he get beat the fuck up. What the fuck is this thing say? Look at all these whites. Look at this bozo.
I don't know much about Rochester, but my impression is very racist place.
Yes.
This isn't helping my thoughts.
Look at this. She has a Karen haircut.
This isn't swaying me in any way, shape, or form.
They can't hear it. No. All right. Well, I'll put the link in the description. You guys check that out.
Basically, it was this. What are we going to teach kids that people are equal?
Pretty much. There you go.
That's pretty much what they were saying. That's all. You missed about 4 minutes of that.
Yeah. So, white people, listen. I get it. You guys don't want to keep feeling like you're the bad guy. If you don't want to be the bad guy, do the same thing that you tell us. Strap up by the bootstraps and do something different. Be the change. Be the person that you don't want us to see you as. You know what I'm saying? Like, be positive. Stop your uncles, stop your aunts and all your other racist family members from saying dumb shit. Stop your friends from saying dumb shit, being dumb and ignorant. Like, it's simple. Teach your children that, yeah, people before us was fucking dickheads. And they weren't good people. This is what we don't want to be. Right? Didn't Trump say it? If you shy away from the past, you're just gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna, if you neglect the past, you're just gonna go back to the same way, right? Well, if we don't tell you how much of an evil people you guys were at one point, you're gonna go back to that shit. We're not trying to accept that shit. I don't want anybody to accept that shit. And once again, it doesn't just, I'm sick of America just thinking race is black and white. Race is not just fucking black and white, especially in fucking America. Not just in America, everywhere. Like, Americans are so fucking entitled to think that the world just revolves around them. that like America's just this one melting pot. You know, there's every country has a melting pot. There's fucking black people every fucking where. There's Asian people every fucking where. Matter of fact, there's more Asian people everywhere versus.
Let me correct you on a couple things. Number one, the racism in Europe is pretty awful too.
True.
I
didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't say
just,
there isn't racism.
No,
I'm talking strictly. I can only speak for America.
Put it to you like this, but my point is anywhere there's white people, there's racism against somebody else. Doesn't matter you're black or you're white. You're Hispanic or you're, I don't know what else you could be, an Asian, Ocean Pacific Islander or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
whatever you are, they hate you. Or a gypsy, you're not white enough, kind of a thing.
Why is it?
I don't know. I don't know why people don't like gypsies.
Let's see. Oh,
I'll never understand.
There we go. I think JT put the video up there. Appreciate you, JT. Jared says sport a lot. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, Sketchy says I highly recommend you all read The Color of Law. It shows how discrimination against African Americans.
Definitely.
And is a big explanation on a lack of wealth compared to whites. Have that book upstairs in my bathroom.
Oh,
yes, sir.
That's a good read.
I read in the bathroom. So what?
It's a good read. I always compliment.
I read. Yeah, thank you.
You have a lot of good selections.
I literally just
long enough to
just
read,
I just finished reading up one of my books, and I read actually a book about Jesus. Yeah, that's right. Opening my minds to new ideas.
Do they feel valid? Do you feel whole?
No, it's a great book. It actually talks about the idea that
Jesus was a pimp.
No, that he was real. He was an apocalyptic Jew, which was prevalent at the times. And if you read the Bible, pretty much everything he says is apocalyptic. Like, as in, Jesus said the world was going to end before the disciples were all dead. This generation will see the kingdom of God, is what Jesus said. So he was definitely a real dude. He was really fucking wrong about everything he said. Might have been a preacher guy, all that, what would Jesus do bullshit, but also wasn't the son of God until after he died, according to the people who knew him.
Interesting. But, like, where are all these like journals and shit coming from? That's crazy. But let's go ahead and pay the bills with Stinky Beaks, my favorite murder mystery podcast on Clovercrest Media Group. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. My favorite. And we're gonna justice for Doreen.
Clovercrest Media Group is proud to present Season 2 of Stinky Beak.
He threatened to kill her, He said it out loud. He said, "I will kill you." She did not believe him.
I think the circumstances were dubious about her disappearance because she had run away several times prior.
She told me he hasn't told a soul. The man driving the car, whoever he was, nobody's ever said a peep. It was never talked about again, even between the two of them. And I'm not sure those two even saw each other after this.
In a no-body case, you generally need time and seclusion to dispose of the body.
She told me that he's been lying. He lied about this whole thing.
In his own mind, he probably does love her in a way we would consider particularly sick or twisted, but I think in his own mind, he does love her.
She felt like she was climbing the walls, which isn't a phrase that a kid would use, but that's what she's telling me. Like, she felt like she was almost trapped. She said she was trying to look for a way out.
I won't go into detail, but I would say you're hot.
Subscribe to Stinky Beak wherever you listen to podcasts.
Justice for Doreen as always. Free Doreen till it's backwards. Is that what the kids say nowadays?
Some interesting new developments in that case, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, Wallingford detective, who has never been involved in the case, reached out to Jessica.
Nice.
Looking for some information because he wants to do a little digging, and she passed along two names of literally. No, literally.
Nice.
And she gave him two names of people he should speak to, and he is getting all over that shit.
Let's go.
So gonna start rattling the tree.
Let's go.
Gonna start rattling some trees.
Let's go. Justice for Doreen. You already know. Oh, and for any of those younger people that didn't understand my term, terminology that I got from the younger people. Free Doreen till it's backwards. Doreen's free. You know what I'm saying? Oh, see, now you got it. See? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, Eden, I'm talking. Question for you: how do you determine what temperature to keep like your house at?
Easy, 68.
68. Are you a 68 like all year round?
Oh yeah.
See, I love it. Okay, so I saw a couple memes that were like if you keep, first and foremost, I didn't understand, how do you keep your AC at 70 like 4?
That's stupid.
That's not
Just
AC
turn it
to
off
me.
and let it happen naturally.
But that when I hear AC, like that's cold. Like it's supposed to be cold.
Right.
So like me, like when I have like I love when I had central air. We don't have fucking central air now. I just have AC. But anyways, like my shit's on cold low. When I had central air, it would be like 64. Like that's cold. Like that's AC to me. But like some people are like, how that's too cold. 74 is just right. Like I don't understand. Like to me, I feel like you would be like in a like humid environment with like AC at 74. That's hot in a sense. And then people that complain that 60s is too cold, I'm like, then what do you have AC for?
My mother-in-law keeps her house at 76 degrees. And
That's so hot.
Miserable.
That's so
it's always hot. Even in the winter, you're like, oh my God.
Why is it? I didn't
We're
understand.
in a tank top at Christmas. You know what I mean?
I never understood.
I don't care that it's not classy. I really don't. I'm sweating.
I don't understand cranking the heat past 80. Like I want my
light
when
a
I get
fire
my house,
at that point.
Thank you. Like,
it's obviously too cold for you, you little bitch. Light a fire, okay? Get some wood, put it in a bathtub, and light that shit on fire. Just wrap yourself up in a Snuggie or something. Like if that doesn't keep you warm, 68 such a solid temperature.
See, there we go. Sketchy said you must CMG must be rolling in the dough. 68, damn son. 78 is rocking at my house. If anyone touches my thermostat, their hands will be cut off.
Why would you want
I
it that
am
warm?
never
That
visiting
is-
your house, Sketchy
Oh,
Peasant, if you
man.
keep
I
it
gotta,
at
a
78.
thin layer of sweat on my forehead.
I'm ready to take my jacket off already thinking about it.
It's
It's
hot.
hot.
I'm like sweating on my chest.
Thinking
now.
about it, just thinking about it. Jesus. So like wintertime, definitely got to be. I think wintertime it was like 76. I kept it like 76 wintertime and like 64. Definitely got to be 64, maybe 62 if I'm feeling brave.
I woke up this morning and I couldn't breathe.
Too hot.
Oh my God. I went upstairs. My wife had turned the central air up to 72, and I was like, bitch, what's the matter with you? No, I didn't say that. She didn't hear it or anything.
You better
And then
hope she out watching.
right back down to 68.
She's gonna come down here and drag you.
Because here's the thing. Listen, it's 68. It's like it's freezing in here. Turn that shit off for like a half an hour. I promise you, once it all sort of dissipates and it's back to like 70 whatever, you want to throw that shit back on.
Facts.
Don't. There's no reason to mess with your thermostat.
Yeah. If you have it at a good base, that's what you have ceiling fans for.
Dress accordingly.
So, yeah. See, I don't mind walking around. I hate feeling like I have to put on too much. Like if it's wintertime or whatever, like I should be able to feel like comfortable, like in shorts and whatever. Summertime, I shouldn't feel so hot where I'm like dying and I can't take anything else off. Like if I have to walk around in my house in like a hoodie and shorts, I'm happy. I love my hoodies, but I don't want it to be so cold where I'm fucking freezing to death and I gotta put on 50 layers of clothes because the heat's whatever.
Oh, Sketchy, you have electric heat in Cali? Because I could see now. I'm like,
okay,
wait, why is he
it.
saying
Okay.
that? Yeah, all right. If you have
Okay, that makes sense.
electric heat is the worst. That you
That's-
don't want
yeah.
that. You don't. Oh boy,
Yeah.
no, that's real bad.
So all right.
I would die in California.
Yeah, I'm not. Is everything burnt up over there, anyways? Like Sketchy, I'm surprised you got internet. I thought everything was like burnt to the crisp. Frank says my AC is at 73 at night. At 73 at night, 78 while there is no one at home and the fans are running. Why do you even have your AC on if it's at 78? Why?
No,
Why
that's
would
what
you
I'm
even
saying.
have your AC on?
Just turn the heat on.
like just
quicker.
Turn your fan on and just.
It would be quicker for you to turn on your furnace and get the house to 78 than to somehow take your AC and crank it. Like, why?
Jeez.
Dude, I'm just at 70 degrees. You know what's coming out of that thing? Like hot air. Mostly like if you put your hand up to an AC at 78, like after a few minutes, you'd be like, that burns.
If it's past 72, it's hot. That's heat. Past 72 is heat.
I once, when I was a kid, read that the average daily temperature in Havana, Cuba is 72 degrees.
That's
average daily temperature. And I thought, even that's balls hot. Especially if it's humid out, 72. That could be bad.
You think
that's where originally I was a 69 guy. Mm-hmm. Only reason was no, stop it, you sick sons of bitches. I used to set it at 69 because the Minnesota Metrodome, they kept it at 69 degrees, and it seemed so pleasant there.
Okay.
But then 69, that's what happens. All the people start laughing.
So bad.
And so I had to go with a 68. That's where you blow me and I owe you one.
Oh, shit. That's classic. Very funny. Oh, man. 69 really? Oh, come on, Frank. You got to come better than that. You sicko. You got to call him better than that.
Also, Frank, I don't believe you have air conditioning units in your home.
I believe we go.
I don't know how a car wash man could possibly afford that.
I was going to say, I believe he goes to the car wash to go cool off. But anywhere between 72 and 78 is typically standard. A study in Texas revealed that the model temperature during summer months was between 70 and 75. The same was true for winter months as well. Okay. Well, I mean, shit, it's Texas. Everything sucks in Texas anyways. I don't trust anything from Texas. Texas can't even get their power grid right. So I wouldn't trust putting my AC on past couple minutes anyways. Oh, y'all see it live. We got people quitting as it is. Well, I guess it's good that we're about to wrap up.
Yeah, not for nothing. She was laughing harder than anybody at that joke.
Exactly.
And I told it, you sicko.
Oh, just funny. I was good. It was going to be very uncomfortable, so I didn't want to just like make the joke and then end the show and leave. So
yeah,
I'll group chat it later.
Respect.
But anyways, before we close out, there was a show, a series on Netflix that I watched. It's called Heist. So it's a documentary. It's 3 documentaries of like 3 heists that have gone on in the world, or really in the United States. And if anybody hasn't seen it, go check that shit out, because there's a heist of a woman who was 21 years old, got coerced by her lover to steal $3.3 million from a Loomis truck back in like the 80s, I think, from Vegas.
I think I did see
this. There was guys that did a booze ring.
Yeah, it was
that
really
was
good.
Interesting
really, really good stuff.
But anyway, so seeing that, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of had me thinking like, what kind of heist would I do? Or like, could I even like assemble a team or like pull a heist? And then also like, could I pull the heist and then successfully pull it and then like really stay gone for years? So like one of the heists, I don't want to give it all away. Spoiler alert. But the one lady was gone for like 13 years. Like she evaded and she lived in Amsterdam for like 10 plus years, had a kid and all this other shit. It was crazy. But I was just like, holy shit, could I live that kind of lifestyle or whatever? And I think I could. I think I would be able to get gone and like be okay with.
Interestingly enough, in 1994, I watched the movie Goodfellas on a continuous loop for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I did plan a heist.
Okay.
And I will tell you about it in the next episode.
Perfect. I can't wait.
It's too long and too good of a story to drop in the last 7 minutes.
Oh, that's fine.
I wouldn't do it justice. But because you bring up a good point. What kind of heist would you do? Obviously, mine was very inspired by the movie.
Okay.
Started talking to my buddies about it, kind of hypothetically. If we were to do this and you would be, and I laid it all out, and then we did it. I'll tell you the story.
Word. Well, you tell me your real story, and I'll tell you what my thought of them for my heist was, and that'd be a good.
I love it. Yes,
that's gonna be next week. So Make sure you guys stay tuned next week to hear our heist stories. Well, Joe's heist story and my heist scenario, the one that I thought of. And playing them, and give me a chance to kind of like fine tune my little details.
I like that.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's a 3-man team. All I need is four people, 3 including me. So it'd be interesting to see.
I had a 3-man team.
See, there we go. We're on it. So make sure you guys. Well, before make sure, but we appreciate you guys every week for joining us here, and I'll piss you off shortly.
They love the cliffhanger.
See, cliffhangers. Yay! So you get cliffhangers like that all the time. Well, not all the time, but we're gonna start giving them like that. But you get all the good content here. I'll piss you off shortly. Make sure you guys are out there following us at I'll Piss You Off Shortly on all social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I think I opened up a Twitter. You know what? I've learned my lesson with Twitter, and I need to get back into Twitter. But I was around when Twitter was like when it first started, and Twitter was like Twitter.
Yeah,
and you could really like do the things that get you in trouble now, the things that, so I got to figure out my Twitter etiquette. That's what I'm saying. I got to figure out the appropriate Twitter etiquette.
Love the Twitter.
Anyways, but yeah, make sure you guys are following us. And then also hit us up at Cash App, $, I'll Piss You Off Shortly, spell it the whole thing out. I don't know what production got going on right there. It's not $, Ipyos. Somebody else might get paid, but it's $, I'll Piss You Off Shortly. And show us some love. Spend that digital currency. Make sure you guys are sharing. Make sure you guys are commenting, liking, subscribing, and all that good noise. As you guys see, the comments are lit. The comments are fucking lit, you guys. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We enjoy you guys every minute. Check us out live every Monday, 8 p.m. ish. You know what I'm saying? 8 p.m. ish. You guys know how we do. We might be, 2 minutes early, 5 minutes late, 12 minutes late.
Hit up that Cash App too, so we get a swat flotter and kill this bitch once and for all.
Oh yeah, hit up the we definitely need a fly spotter, or we should get one of the little old school.
Oh yeah,
my not to make a long story, or not to even create a long story, but my great aunt Faye, may she rest in peace, and rest in peace to Biz Marquis, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Great aunt Faye, she West Virginia. The house was built by like her parents and her brothers. Like they built the house. Big ass farm, West Virginia. Literally, we'll go around. You just see those good old wax things that just flies all over them.
Love it. So, love it. That's how you know you got them.
Got them. But hey, make sure you guys, keep following us, keep watching us, and we'll keep giving you this great old content. Next week, Grand Heist. That'd be the name of the episode.
Love it. Yes.
All right. I'm Rob Benjamin. That's Joe Aguirre. This is I'll Piss You Off Shortly. Good night.
One day. I will get it right one day. Hey, remember how many times you used to do the messages for your voicemail? It goes something like this. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for locking into another episode of I'll Piss You Off Shortly. This is the podcast where we debate everyday issues, pushing your thought process beyond what's normal. The topics discussed here are meant to be intense, promote growth, and at times may have you feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Me too, a little bit. We may not always agree, and we will more than likely have varied opinions. But with that being said, I can't promise to be your favorite podcaster. Neither do I want to. But I can promise to be transparent, fair, and open-minded. So please, if you think you've got the stamina, passion to debate, analyze, and challenge the normal, please take a number. I promise you.